welcome back to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and today, on this day, I have with me a gentleman by the name of Charles Johnson. He is a success mindset coach, author, international speaker, pastor who helps faith-based entrepreneurs take their business to the next level. I'm looking forward to talking to him today because one of his specialty areas is procrastination. And boy, oh boy, have I struggled with that at various points in my life. So I am looking forward to gleaning some knowledge from him today. But first and foremost, as I always do, I take a quick moment to pause, say thank you to you for making time for me today. Time is a gift. Once we give it, we cannot get it back. So I so appreciate you making this time in your day to sit down and speak with me. And with that, sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I am extremely honored to be here with you. Thank you so much for thinking of me and giving me the opportunity to serve in this way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, sir, like I said, you deal with procrastination, and you do have a course, a workbook, How to Overcome Procrastination Now, which I want to get into in a little bit. But I want to start today kind of unpacking this issue of procrastination. Mm-hmm. And sir, because you are a pastor, mm-hmm. I got some Bible for you this morning, okay? I got some Bible for you this, okay?
Okay.
We're going to start off with Proverbs 10:4, and the New International Version says, lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Or the New King James Version says, he who has a slack hand becomes poor, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. Now, my question, because like I said, I have struggled with procrastination. Mm-hmm. The question that comes to mind, because we know the rewards of putting in the work. We know the consequences of not putting in the work, as scripture says, but yet we procrastinate anyway. So when we know it doesn't serve us, why do we procrastinate?
Well, let me go ahead and say this too. I am also a recovering procrastinator. So let's just put everything out there right now.
Be transparent.
Yes. We procrastinate because there is some type of discomfort, pain, inconvenience attached to the task that we have to do, even though we know it has to be done. Okay. The pain or the fear attached to whatever that task is, okay, causes us to be like, and our brains are designed to keep us safe anyway. Mm-hmm. So anything that has anything to do with pain, inconvenience, shame, guilt, any of those things, we don't want to be a part of those things. So we put them off as long as we can. So even though we know what to do, we have to deal with the underlying issue is the fear. What are you afraid of?
Gotcha.
Is it going to be, how is it going to mess up what's your regular routine? Is it going to make you look bad if it doesn't work out? All those things. So procrastination is like the smoke, but there is actual fire. That's the deeper issue.
Okay.
And that is around fear and discomfort and whatever we have attached to that particular task.
Okay, so I guess I would, let me ask you this. Let's kind of unpack, let's kind of define this. I think what you're kind of alluding to is we have some dysfunctional kind of behavior that's just kind of in us that we're not really aware of that we're doing it. I think a lot of us are partaking in procrastination and don't clearly have a good definition of it because we've been doing it for so long.
Right.
And so let's do this. Because you are a pastor, you are a husband, you are a parent, let's make it relatable to some people. How might procrastination manifest itself in ministry? And ministry is not always standing on the pulpit. How might ministry manifest itself in marriage or relationships? How might procrastination manifests itself in parenting? And that way people can say, oh, I've been doing it all this time. I didn't know that's what that was. That's what that was?
Yeah. Well, one of the things the Bible talks about is the small foxes. Small foxes spoil the vine.
Okay.
Now, what that means is, or the picture that's been painted here is in the Bible that they had a bunch of vineyards and the grapes would get ripe and they would hang. And there was a fence around the vineyard to protect it, but the small foxes could get in because they're not fat yet. They could get in and they would eat on the grapes. Okay. Now, not only would they eat on the grapes, they would actually also eat on the vine itself, destroying the vine. Okay. So what the big foxes you could see, it was pretty much little baby ones that you kind of ignore, you don't plan for. So you're absolutely right. There are a lot of things that we do that we call normal. Oh, I'm just doing me. But no, that is procrastination. Yeah. Because ministry, my home is my first ministry. Okay. Point blank, period. So I'll start with my ministry. I have some light switches down in our kitchen area. Okay. That need to be changed. Light switches. Okay. Now, it's not that we don't have light down there, because we have like track lights, and then you have those lights that are up in the ceiling. Gotcha. Now, the lights that are up in the ceiling work just fine. It's the track lights that don't work. So I'm like, well, I mean, we got light. It'll be all right. we can still see. But I'm procrastinating on it because, one, I got to find somebody to come and do it. That's going to be a problem. I mean, that's going to be inconvenient. Then how much this dude or female, how much they're going to charge me to do this? So I'm like, let's just put it off. You know, one time we celebrated our 30-year anniversary in Mexico. And so the light switch was not working before then. That was back in August. Okay. But my procrastination script was, I'm getting ready to go. We getting ready to go to Mexico. Let's not worry about it right now. So gotcha. When I got back top of September, Labor Day is coming up. No, I'm not gonna do it right now. And so here we now sit in November. What's my procrastination now? Light switch. Thanksgiving's coming, and it's gonna be it's not these huge things that we procrastinate on. I mean, we do, but it's more of these little things. We just keep putting it off. And you know, for me, like I said, it's the light switch. I need to work on the light switch. Hadn't done it. There's some other things here around the house that I just need to handle. But I'll be like, no, I'll get to it, or maybe tomorrow. You know, man, I'll get to it tomorrow. This weekend's gonna be light, so I'll do it this weekend. I'll do it this weekend. Tomorrow never comes. Right. Now, and some people do it, and you know, my wife's not here, so I'll talk about it. One of the things she gonna see this later on replay. It's not like she's not gonna see it, Charles. But anyway, she will say, well, I'll start on Monday. How many diet plans, how many workout plans? Oh yes, I'm gonna do this, but it's Wednesday, so I'll start Monday. Procrastination. It's the exact same thing. We do it even sometimes. Somebody crosses your mind, family member, a friend, and instead of texting them or calling them or inboxing them or sending them a messenger pigeon, we'll be like, no, I'll wait. I'll get to it. You know, on my way home, I'll do it. Yeah. So there are a lot of these little areas that we think are normal for us, but it's really procrastination. Procrastination's job is to put you to sleep. It's really what it's supposed to do, and make you feel good about it. Proverbs chapter number 6, verses 6 through 12. One of the pictures that it paints is, a nap here, a nap there. And in the Message Bible, it even says, take it easy. Duh. It's not that big of a deal. Take your time. You got time. And all of those things are absolutely positively false. Yes. We may get to it in a minute, but procrastination is arrogance and it's pride, because we feel like I'm in control of how much time I have on the planet. No, God, I got it. I got it. I'll get to it in a minute. God. As if we are in control of our own personal time clock.
We never
And it's
know the
not
day.
your job.
Never know the day.
Never
And
know.
then, and you spoke to arrogance. And I think another part of the arrogance is, with procrastination, when we realize, oh, okay, I've only got an hour, then we try to do something and we do a piss poor job. We don't give our excellence. We don't give our best too. And that's
Right.
another consequence of procrastination as well.
Absolutely. Some people say they make themselves feel better by saying, well, I work better under pressure. I work better under pressure. That's not true. That's not true
stuff half glued together. Stuff seems falling apart.
Words misspelled. All kind of crying in the background, kind of stuff. When we give these excuses or these reasons, and to you, an excuse always sounds legitimate from the person that's giving it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm telling you, that's a real reason that we were going on a trip. We were going on a trip.
Sounds good to me.
It sounds good. I sound like I'm lying.
Don't that sound good?
No, all of the Charleses are disagreeing with me. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But ultimately, it's like I said, it's designed to put us to sleep. And unfortunately, some of us wake up too late. We wake up in our life and we look at our life and be like, man, where has my life gone?
Yes.
If I had done that at that time, I may not be here now. I could be in a better place now. So procrastination is, like I said, it's designed to put you to sleep. And the Bible says those people that sleep all the time, and it's not just physical sleep, but even mentally asleep,
yes,
emotionally asleep.
Yes.
Your vision is asleep because you keep putting it off. You want your website to be this wonderful masterpiece. And so, you do analysis paralysis. I got to get the colors right. I got to get the font right. I got to get. And then, a year later, you're still in the same place.
Yeah.
What's going to happen at the end of this year? I can almost guarantee it. Somebody, hopefully it won't be you, somebody will say, well, I'm going to wait till the beginning of the year. I'm just going to wait till the beginning of the year and I'm going to eat right. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to make all this money. But the numbers say, the average person abandons their goal 17 days after making it.
17 days?
17 days after making it. So all these people that are waiting until January to get something started,
wow,
you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not even helping yourself, because now, even if you make it in, January 1, by January 16, 17, 18, you would have gone right back to what you were doing. Gotcha. July of 2022.
Might as well go on and start the day. The moment you think the thought, just go on and get started.
Start today. There are so many ideas I've had that if I would have done them then, and it irritates me when I go to where these ideas, where somebody else actually did the idea, and I waited. And you probably know about this as well. The whole pull up to the grocery store and have them bring the grocery stuff out to you.
Yes.
That was my idea. That was my idea. I just didn't act on it. Back in 1990,
wow,
6, 7, 8, something like that. I said to my wife, we were on our way to the grocery store. And I said, babe, you know what would be hot? It would be great for us if you could just go on your computer, put your shopping list in there, and whoever's at the grocery store, they go and they pick it all up or whatever. And then when you get there, they'll just bring it out to you. She was like, babe, that is a wonderful idea.
And nothing.
And here we are. Here we are.
Oh boy, well, don't feel bad. So many of us have those stories. I try to tell people I don't want to go, close my eyes for the final time saying shoulda, woulda, coulda, but we all have shoulda, woulda, couldas in some area of our life, Well, let me ask you this, Pastor Charles. Some of us, we have good intentions.
Yes.
We got the game plan. This is the goal. This is the vision. We're not going to procrastinate. But our inner circle is not on the same path. So let me give an example. You are in Raleigh, North Carolina, right?
Right.
And I was born in North Carolina.
Okay.
So our family, our kinfolk, we tend to like everything fried. We like a pound of butter. We like a pound of sugar. That's just how we do.
That's how we do.
That's
Right.
just how we do. So let's say, you're a person in your inner circle, your family circle, and you have decided, I want to live a healthier lifestyle. Right. So I don't want to eat that. I don't want to do that. But you go over to the family dinner and, ooh, there's the macaroni and cheese. Okay, well, I'll go on my diet tomorrow. You hanging out with cousin Ray and we're going to the barbecue pit and we're going to get us some coleslaw. Okay, well, I'll start exercising tomorrow. So what do you do when you're trying to walk on this path, but your circle is not? So now I find myself procrastinating because I'm trying to stay connected to my crew. My family, you know what I'm saying? How do we do that?
Well, one, the only person you're responsible for is yourself. Point blank period. You're only responsible for you. The other thing is to, if at all possible, to plan it, to plan when you're going to eat whatever it is you're going to eat, or how much of it you're going to eat. One of the things I found, I come from a family much like the one you described. I mean, already got Thanksgiving meal planned, ham, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, all kind of cake, pies. You could just eat forever. Okay, you can literally just eat forever. So what I've done is that I have decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I know that Thanksgiving is coming. I'm 52 years old. It's come every year since I was born. Okay. Yes. So I know it's coming. So in order for me not to have to or feel the pressure of putting off my good eating or whatever, I've already decided when I get to Thanksgiving, I'm going to eat with everybody else, but I'm only going to eat one plate. I'm going to eat one plate. It's going to be piled high. I'm going to eat it all. I'm going to get all the cake out, but it's going to be one time. And then I'm actually going to physically leave. Once I'm done eating, I leave.
No to-go plates? You ain't got no great auntie gonna give you no to-go plates with no foil?
The devil is a liar. No. That's why you eat as much as you can right where you are, because once you leave, it's done. It's over. Because if I take stuff with me, that temptation is going to be riding down the road with me, smelling all good. And it tastes better the day
next
after.
day.
So be more careful. So I don't. So instead of putting off your working out, work it into your regular life. Because if you are an employee somewhere, there's going to be parties and Christmas parties. So these things are coming. And so instead of saying no, I'm gonna push that off and I'm wait till after the holidays, then I'm gonna start. It's continue your good health, what you're doing, your exercise, and you're eating well, and then have your little break, Thanksgiving, then go right back to it. Get yourself till Christmas. Christmas comes around. Okay, now I can indulge, because I heard this saying: later usually means never.
True.
Later usually means never. So instead of, this time I'm going to do it. No, you hadn't done it the past 4 or 5 years. Don't put that pressure on you now. Just go ahead and plan for it.
True. That is so true. Yeah. And family structures, especially ours, they can guilt trip you. I can go home and, oh, she funny now. She's been out in California too long and they eat them. I'll be like, okay, give me the macaroni and cheese.
Right. That's it in my family too. Here he come. Because when they come here to my house, we don't have a whole lot of snacks like chips and cookies and stuff like that. We don't have a whole lot of juice. We have water and stuff like that. One of my nieces came over and she had Wendy's or something. And she didn't even taste it. She just started putting salt all on it. Wow. And I looked at her and she said, I'm sorry.
High blood pressure, high blood pressure. I just, ooh.
You just guilted me right into enjoying my food.
Yeah, but in so many areas, you know, our inner circle or the people we're walking with have the potential to like just distract us from our purpose. And I think that's all a part of procrastination too, because when you're on this path, you really have to make sure you have supportive people, accountability partners around you to kind of like, hey, this is what we are going to do. This is what we're going to do. I kind of want to, I mentioned that you help faith-based entrepreneurs on their journey. And I kind of want to expand on Proverbs 10:4, where it says it brings wealth. Now, this is an area that the church has struggled with for quite some time. You have this side of the congregation saying things like money is the root of all evil. And then you have this side of the congregation saying, no, God wants us to be prosperous, and part of prosperity is financial wealth. Where do we meet in the middle so we can get the church to touch and agree with this whole concept?
Right. One is understanding. The scripture that you mentioned, you know, the love of money is the root of all evil, is a very misunderstood scripture. One, the truth of the matter is, it's the lack of money that is the root of all evil. You want to put somebody in a bad spot, take all their money from them, and then you'll start to see the size of this individual that you probably hadn't seen before. Now, this word love, that word love is not, it's not agape love. It's not like love toward God. It's a different kind of love. It's more of a fleshly, erotic kind of a love. So the scripture is saying that the love that you would give to money is the root of all evil. Now, that love that you should be giving to, that you're giving to money, that agape love, it should be given to God and to God only. So this scripture is not saying, oh, money's bad. No, no, no. What's bad is what love are you putting to it? Because there's only one way we are supposed to love God. That's agape, no restraints, just we love God, and that's how he loves us. So if we're giving that kind of love to money, that poses a problem. So check your love as it relates to money, because you're absolutely right. The same Bible says money answers all things. So what do we, come on, we need, you need money to exist on this planet.
That's right.
God knew it. There's pretty much nowhere you can go on the planet and not have to have some money of some shape, form, or fashion. That's right. So obviously it cannot be, money can't be evil. Now, what money is a magnifier. If you're a bad person poor, you'll be a bad person rich. This is what it is. Money is not evil. Money is a tool, and money is your servant. It is supposed to come and go as you call it. Okay? Money is more spiritual than it is anything else. So all these people, they have a problem with talking about money in church, and I don't want to talk about it too much, and money's not everything, and all of those people really don't have a good understanding of what money is and what money is designed to do. Because if you understood it, you would want to be around as much money as you could.
Possible.
Right. Absolutely. So one of the things that I know, because that was one of the things that I had to work through as well. When it comes to coaching people and entrepreneurs and those kinds of things, I had to become okay with talking about money, number one. And then had to become okay about asking for money.
Yes.
No, I'm not doing it. I know Jesus paid it all, but you are going to have to pay it.
Thank you.
Jesus paid it.
My time has value. My time has value.
Exactly. And the Bible didn't say everybody's going to be a millionaire. The Bible didn't say everybody's going to have a yacht and you're going to have this 10,000 square foot house. But the Bible did say that you are to prosper.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like to you.
Yes.
Whatever that is to you.
Yes.
You are supposed to prosper. He's given us a mandate to prosper. Now, what your image of prosperity is probably different from mine. But my job is not to judge what you think prosperity is, and vice versa. So then, if he's called me to prosper, and if there's areas in my life where I'm not prospering, then who's wrong? Who needs to change? Because what's interesting to me is that a lot of the people that have a problem with money, especially talking about within a church context, they're not giving no way.
Yes.
They're not paying an offering. They're not bringing a tithe. They're not doing anything but sitting and complaining about other people doing what they should be doing.
Anyways,
what they should be doing.
And like you mentioned earlier with the light switch, you come to church and you want to flip the light switch so that the lights come on. How's that supposed to happen?
A good question.
How's that supposed to happen? You know,
right.
So we got to understand it all, and like I said, it has just been an ongoing. I remember being a little girl in the church, and it's always been that conversation between, the root of all evil, but no, we're supposed to prosper. And I'll be like, okay, grandma, which is it? And it's like the same conversation over and over again. We got to get on the same page. We got to get on the same page with this, so. All right, Pastor, let me get going, because I'm already running past my time. I can never get these things done in 30 minutes. I so try. Okay, I got a little bit more Bible for you. One more Bible for you.
All right.
And we're going to tie this into procrastination, and then I want to talk about the book that you have. Nehemiah 6:3. This is the New International Version.
Okay.
I sent messengers to them with this reply: I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you? And for those who don't know this part, Nehemiah was rebuilding Jerusalem. I think he was almost at the finish, the completion, and his enemies were coming to say, hey, come on, hang out with us. You don't need to finish all that. Come on, chill with us. And he's like, I ain't going for that. But it kind of brings home, Pastor, not all of us are as disciplined and dedicated as Nehemiah. Like I said earlier, butterfly can fly by. Ooh, what's that? Or or for most of us today, Instagram. We're an hour later, like, ooh, I was supposed to be doing something. So my question is, when we find ourselves off track, how do we refocus? Because procrastination can roll out to a week, a month. Like your instance, the light switch still ain't done.
Why are you asking me about it now? She's like,
you know what I'm saying? So how do we get to be like Nehemiah? But if we can, how do we refocus?
Well, one is to become aware. What's his name? The speaker, Les Brown. Les Brown said that most people don't pay attention to what they're thinking, nor what they are saying. So to become aware is the first level of change, because if you don't have a target, you'll hit it every time.
Okay, true.
So the first thing, to become aware of the fact that I am literally at this point procrastinating. Don't call it something else. Don't try to make it into something that it's not. No, right now, if I'm not doing that right now, it is called procrastination.
Call it is what it is.
Right. So become aware. Now, once you become aware, you have a responsibility. You have a choice. The choices are continue to procrastinate and not get the thing done, or stop the procrastination and do the things that I need to do. Now, when it comes to doing the things you need to do and getting back on track, most people, they try to jump in and I'm going to do this for 30 days straight, or I'm going to do this for, whatever days straight.
Overwhelming.
Exactly. So what you do is you do a little bit at a time. Like right now, I'm not like a big reader. I listen to a lot of my books.
Okay.
I the Audible, and I listen to a lot of my books. Okay. However, when there is a book that does not have an audio version to it, then I have to sit and read it. Now I'm kind of like you, squirrel ones. Squirrel.
Hey, what's that? Just be standing to
a fire truck in the neighborhood or something. I'm totally right. So So then what I've done is I do one of two things. Either I read 10 pages
Okay.
or I read 20 minutes.
Okay.
And once I've read those 10 pages or read for 20 minutes, I close the book.
Okay.
Put it down, go do something else. Versus trying to read the whole book in one setting.
Okay.
And fight the urge to go see what that noise is outside, or who closed the door, peek out the window, see if somebody coming up to my house. Stuff. You know, so this, to do what Nehemiah did, one, he had a big enough why. He had something that would keep him on that wall. If it was something else, he probably would, oh yeah, I'll take a break, I'll come on down. But no, this was something that was close to his heart.
Okay.
Many of us have to accept about ourselves that the things we say are important really aren't that important to us.
Wow.
Because we are distracted so very easily. We're pulled away from it really fast. So that must mean it doesn't mean that much to you. And if it doesn't mean that much to you, then that's another conversation you need to have with yourself. Why am I putting so much value on this thing that really doesn't mean a whole lot to me? Am I trying to prove something to somebody? Is it going to be some kind of status for me somewhere down the road? Why is it so easy for me to quit? Another thing is that, and we mentioned this when it comes to our family members, watch people that always encourage you when you want to stop. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and stop. Oh, you gave it a good shot. You tried real hard. Why is it
they want to keep you there?
They want me to stop doing what's helping me. What's helping me, they're encouraging me to quit. Also, on the other end of it, be careful and pay close attention to the people that don't clap when you win. They get real quiet when things are going well for you. You can't find them to celebrate. You can't find them to give you the pat on the back, but let you lose your job. Girl, I understand it. There's so much stuff going on in the
got some Debbie Downers, but don't have nobody cheering for you. Don't have nobody.
Yes. And when they do cheer, you know, they want to be Mr. Me Too or Miss Me Too. Oh, I did that too. Oh, I went there too. Oh, I ate that too. It's not your turn. Let this person have the spotlight.
Let me celebrate for this moment. Or even when they do give you the celebration, oh, well, congratulations on your little job, or congratulations on your little business, or congratulations. Right. Okay, I see. Right. Oh, it is so much. so much. Yeah, well, hopefully we can grow and become like Nehemiah. I mean, that.
Yeah,
I'm working. I'm a work in progress. He is still God, still working on me. He is truly still working.
Me too. Lord knows.
Well, sir, please tell us. Like I said, mentioned a couple times now, you do have a workbook, of course, to help us with this because you know we need help. We all need help.
Yes, we do.
So what is all in the workbook or is the course, and how do people pick it up?
Okay. There are about 4 or 5 videos that I've put together into this little mini course. Okay. None of the videos are more than maybe like 5 minutes long, so you can go through it fairly quickly. Okay. The reason I even created it was because I needed the help. I needed someone to come alongside me and say, okay, Charles, this is what you need to stop doing. This is what the Bible says, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not the type of coach or leader just to tell you, stop doing that, and not tell you how to stop doing that. Okay. So this mini course comes out of some of the things that I needed. And it's not fully exhaustive because I understand, again, people, squirrel, you know, it's too long. No. So I kind of boiled it all down into these 3, 4, 5 videos or so to really kind of give you the chunks of information that you can use right now. Okay. It's practical. You can use it right now. Mm-hmm. The way they can get it is they can go to, and I'll make sure you get the link as well. Okay. They can go to the link. It's called How to Overcome Procrastination Now. Okay. And I know that's kind of a play on words. You need procrastination. You need to start doing it right now. Now. To do it. And what's amazing to me, just a side note, what's amazing to me, most people that buy books, memberships, digital courses, they don't open them. They don't open them. they say, I'm going to open it, I'll get to it, but they never do. So that's why I've had to put the now on the end. Watch this now.
Yeah.
Do this now. Because if you don't do it now, what is it called? The thing we're trying to get rid of is procrastination. Another way people can get a hold of me, on Instagram at _successologist, _successologist. On Facebook, Charles Johnson, page 2. Page is not my last name. It's just the number of the page, my second page 2. I'm on TikTok as well, still learning the TikTok thing. And that's under Successologist there. You can find me on YouTube. On YouTube, I have a YouTube channel called, it's just Charles Johnson. As soon as you put in Charles Johnson, it all comes up. Okay. But those are some of the places where you can get did I say Facebook already? I said Facebook. Yeah. So those are some of the places where you can get a hold of me, where you can find me. And if you're really, really old school, you can call me.
Look, I still got a phone.
You still got phones. You can call me. You can reach me at 919-228-9678. 9678.
Awesome,
okay.
Awesome,
so if you're really old school and you don't
say, look, I think that might be a little bit more effective, a part of, having an accountability partner, somebody who's going to encourage you, is to actually have that voice on the other line or in front of you, like, hey, what did we do today? Hey, did you do what? Did we meet the benchmark? This was the benchmark for today. Did you? I think it's easier to kind of hide and dissolve, and I'll get to tomorrow when we're kind of, working behind these technology devices. So
because when I talk to my students, I give them, when I give them an assignment, I say, okay, you have 48 hours.
Okay.
They're like, why are you gonna give us 48 hours? I said, because up to before me becoming your coach, you would convince yourself to be okay with quitting or being okay with being late. So you have programmed yourself that it's okay. So what I'm programming you to do, no, I have a deadline. And this is my deadline. So I can't put this off. I gotta do this right now. So then I can get to the other stuff I want to get to. Yes. Some of my coaching clients, they're like, well, you're so hard. No. I'm not hard. I'm nice. My core is nice, but I'm not here to make you feel good about not doing what you said you wanted to do. Yes. Especially when you put God said in front of it. Oh, as soon as you say, well, God told me to do, okay, then we need to get to it. I'm tired. Well, I thought you said God said. I forgot what you said God said.
Thank you.
So anytime anybody says God said, I say, okay, well, all right, I'll hush. I'm quiet.
And in today's world, the work you do might be a little challenging because people want to, you can't put too much pressure on me, and I need to it's too much stress, and you can't be pushed. But if you really want results in your life, you really want to take your life to the next level, there is a certain level of dedication and pushing and drive that you have to do. And I think, a lot of people today sometimes want things just to be handed to them like that. And I don't know when that happens.
Right. It would be nice, but I haven't experienced it as of yet. Like, not in the last 52 years. Now, maybe when I turn 53, maybe it'll hit.
It'll just be poof. Just poof. I'll wake up with the 6-pack and I didn't even work for it. Look.
Yes, exactly.
Just wake up and go downstairs and that light switch just works. Like, oh,
works. And no matter how much I pray about it, it still doesn't work. Lord, please make this red light switch work.
Please, Lord, give me a blessing. Lord, give me a blessing, Lord. Give me a blessing. All right, let me ask you my random question here, and then we're going to wrap it up here.
Okay.
All righty, let's see what we got here. Okay, this is the question, but I might pull another one.
Okay.
The question I pulled was, what's one thing you always procrastinate on?
Oh, okay.
But okay, so let me pull another one. Let's see what we got here. Which is better, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Why?
Dog.
Why?
Dogs are nicer. Dogs are trainable. Dogs are loyal. Dogs have good energy about them.
Okay.
Dogs are optimistic.
Okay.
Dogs are not sneaky and conniving.
Dogs are also like, oh, look, butterfly. Ooh.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, squirrel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sit around, chase their tail all day long.
All day long. And be totally content with it.
Be happy with it. All righty, Pastor. So one more question before we get out of here. If we are in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, yes, and we want to fellowship with you one day, where would we go to?
You would go to 1008 Bullard Court.
Okay.
Bullard Court. It's right on the corner of here in Raleigh, a couple of main streets, Falls of Noose and Spring Forest. Okay. So if you know anything about, if you come to Raleigh and you're like, okay, where is Spring Forest? Ask anybody, they'll be able to tell you where it is. Okay. Ask where's Falls of Noose? And they'll tell you because it's major. Okay. But our building sits right on the corner of Spring Forest and Falls of Noose. Okay. And service starts at what time? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay. We can't be in and out because this is Black church, right? Oh, well, no. We about 90 minutes. We start right at 10 and we're out of there 11:30-ish. It's gotta something really special happening for us to get to 12 o'clock. That's gotta be a great move of God for us to get there. And to be honest with you, I wasn't always that way. I came from, you started church at 11-ish. And we there till 11 at night, right? Exactly. You never knew when you were getting out of there. I come from that. So that's how I used to do it. But I realized that wasn't as effective as, cutting it down a little bit. Yes. The power of God doesn't go anywhere. The Lord doesn't run out the building because, you're going to be there for 90 minutes. But we started cutting it down. And amazingly enough, we started seeing a lot of growth because, we're living in an age now, like you said, people want things quick. Yes. In and out, which is fine. As long as we get the quality. Okay. As long as the quality stays. So, but yes, 10 o'clock, and we're usually out of there by 11:30-ish. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, Pastor Charles, I have truly enjoyed my time. It's always nice to connect with my North Kakalaki folks. Yes. Yes. We'll have Come on home. We'll have to go and get me some sweet tea and do it in person, instead of yes. That's right. Thank you so much for having me. This has been wonderful. Thank you very much. This is my pleasure. I am just so pleased to hear about everything that you're doing and how you're helping people, God's people, and people that we're trying to direct to God as well. That is our job here. So I'm just so tickled. I just enjoyed my time with you today. Oh, I'm glad. That is all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I'm your host, Lana Reid, and I will see everybody next time.